Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, depending on what part of the world you're in. I want to share this video with you that I think you're going to love before we get stuck in with Brian's, with HP's broadcast. So let me just play this video for you. I think you're going to love it.
I've read through a decade of your research to figure out what the best investment is, so anyone can get rich in the future. And you've predicted that this will grow by at least 5,000%.
Yes, and my conviction is so high because of what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Is there a woman on planet Earth that manages more money from an investing capacity than you?
Maybe not. I'm overseeing nearly $30 billion.
Okay, so I might have $500. What should I be doing with that?
So this is all you need to know.
Kathy Wood built a multi-billion-dollar fund by spotting trends before anyone else.
And now, with over 40 years of market insight, she's showing you how and where to invest too.
AI is the biggest technological disruption in history. And this incredible rate of change is making people uncomfortable. But if you are on the right side of change, investment opportunities and job opportunities are going to be enormous. But people don't know what to do.
They call you the godfather of AI. So what would you be saying to people about their career prospects in a world of superintelligence?
Trained to be a plumber.
Really?
Yeah.
Geoffrey Hinton is the Nobel Prize winning pioneer whose groundbreaking work has shaped AI
and the future of humanity.
Why do they call you the godfather of AI?
Because there weren't many people who believed that we could model AI on the brain so that it learned to do complicated things like recognize objects and images or even do reasoning. And I pushed that approach for 50 years. And then Google acquired that technology. And I worked there for 10 years on something that's now used all the time in AI.
And then you left?
Yeah.
Why?
So that I could talk freely at a conference.
What did you want to talk about freely?
How dangerous AI could be.
What do you know about AI with the seismic shift that's coming?
Artificial intelligence is no longer the future. It's the present. It's transforming the way we live, work, and invest. And in the world of trading, AI is changing everything. Now, let's take a closer look together at one of the most powerful AI trading systems in action.
Did you know that in the world of investments, it's important not only to earn but also to preserve your assets? AURUM is not just a platform, it's an entire ecosystem that combines advanced financial tools with reliable data protection. We are your personal financial mentor, where security and innovation go hand in hand. With AURUM, you gain access to a unique ecosystem, including a non-custodial Web 3.0 wallet, the AI Trader EX system for automated trading powered by artificial intelligence, and analytics to support your investments every step of the way. AURUM is not only about trading convenience, but also about multi-layered asset protection, thanks to cutting-edge encryption technologies and security protocols. Join our community, create an account, top up your balance, and start earning with AURUM today. After all, your investments deserve the best. AURUM, an ecosystem leading you to a stable and secure future.
I've read through a decade of your research to figure out what the best investment is, so anyone can get rich in the future. And you've predicted that this will grow by at least 5,000%.
Yes, and my conviction is so high because of what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Is there a woman on planet Earth that manages more money from an investing capacity than you?
Maybe not. I'm overseeing nearly $30 billion.
Okay, so I might have $500. What should I be doing with that?
So this is all you need to know.
Kathy Wood built a multi-billion-dollar fund by spotting trends before anyone else.
And now, with over 40 years of market insight, she's showing you how and where to invest too.
AI is the biggest technological disruption in history. And this incredible rate of change is making people uncomfortable. But if you are on the right side of change, investment opportunities and job opportunities are going to be enormous. But people don't know what to do.
They call you the godfather of AI. So what would you be saying to people about their career prospects in a world of superintelligence?
Trained to be a plumber.
Really?
Yeah.
Geoffrey Hinton is the Nobel Prize winning pioneer whose groundbreaking work has shaped AI
and the future of humanity.
Why do they call you the godfather of AI?
Because there weren't many people who believed that we could model AI on the brain so that it learned to do complicated things, like recognize objects and images or even do reasoning. And I pushed that approach for 50 years. And then Google acquired that technology. And I worked there for 10 years on something that's now used all the time in AI.
And then you left.
Yeah.
Why?
So that I could talk freely at a conference.
What did you want to talk about freely?
How dangerous AI could be.
What do you know about AI with the seismic shift that's coming?
Hey, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to tonight's call. Let's do a time check. Yeah, we're sitting there right at the top of the hour, so your guests should be here by now. If not, the flight is leaving, so let's just take a quick look. Android, my goodness, you are joking me. Android has joined the call. Sorry, I'm just laughing because I always look for iPhone and I always look for iPhone and Zoom user, but we've got Android on. That's very clever. I bet you Samsung's down here. I'm going to check the Samsung in the house. Let's see. Welcome back, Ava. I missed you a couple of days. I thought. Welcome to the call. I'm just going down here. Here we go. Kevin, we spoke today. How are you, Ramon? I'll try and get you that presentation. Yeah, Zoom users here. Great job. Great stuff. All right, guys, let's get started. We're going to start tonight again with the corporate video, and I think it's a good place to start. It gives you a good, full, beefy feel about the future of what we're looking at. It's a 10-year roadmap, which is quite interesting to see that a company would put that out. And I just come off a call. I had an hour there with Brian Benson just before this call, and it's incredible that these point of sale terminals are in their hands already. I thought they were at the marketing stage, the branding stage, but they already have them, and they're testing them, and they're trying to work on the software in the back end of them to allow it to be more commissionable and stuff for point of sale. So they need different banking arrangements for a point of sale terminal to go into a shop or a merchant to be able to use crypto. So I'm quite impressed with that, and we might be able to see those point of sale terminals in use at the launch in January coming up, January 17th. Guys, we also had another call before that call I had with Brian Benson. We had another call before that with Oracles and above. And congratulations to you who were on that call. And it's just a big, hearty team talk. It's, just the marketing director. Brian Benson was also on the call as well. And I think you all just need to go Oracle. That's the first stage of leadership is Oracle. You get into the shareholder bonus, and I think if you can push your boats out and get up to Oracle there as fast as you can, get qualified. Even if you're not Oracle, get qualified for Dubai. I think that's a big message that was told today. I think there's going to be some exciting things there. So whatever you do, do your best to get qualified for that. So let me just get the presentation started. For some reason, I'm sitting on center. Normally, I could move this around. I don't know, is that right? I wonder what that looks like. Right. So how do I move me over there? Let me just... maybe it's okay that I'm there. Let's play this video, guys. This is a very, very important video. Listen to the sound bites, and there we go. So
February 2023. The world was still living by the old financial logic, but we pressed start. We wanted to create an ecosystem that would unite artificial intelligence and finance to make asset management simple, scalable, and secure. That's how AURUM was born. The starting point was EXAI Bot, the first AI-powered trading solution, an algorithm that laid the foundation for an entire era. From that moment, we began expanding at the speed of light. We've built and are implementing a vision that includes trading AI bots, exchanges, NeoBank, crypto cards, and real-world asset tokenization, official registration in Hong Kong, and the first features in global media, the creation of AURUM NeoBank. the launch of Zeus AI Bot, and the flash loan license surpassing $1 million in profits. The opening of our headquarters in Dubai, where hundreds of industry leaders gathered, the world started to talk about us. We were featured by Binance, Benzinga, Crypto Reporter, and Blockchain Wire. Forbes called us the new infrastructure of global finance, but this is no time to pause. We're gaining momentum. We launch AURUM Academy, strengthen our team, and appoint Brian Benson, a professional with 27 years of experience, as our CEO. Global events in Vietnam, Dubai, and Antalya, thousands of cards sold, and the launch of the AI agent ecosystem. Today, we stand on the stage of Token 2049 in Singapore, alongside the leaders of Binance, Tether, KuCoin, and Tron. And this moment once again proves AURUM is a global ecosystem of worldwide scale. But the most important part, this is only the beginning. The next decade will be one of expansion. In 2025 to 2026, we bring AURUM NeoBank to the mass market. Hundreds of thousands of users, millions of transactions. The launch of AURUM Exchange, which reaches $5 billion in trading volume within its first year. AI bots manage over $100 million in assets. The first 5,000 cash-in and withdrawal terminals appear. AURUM establishes its presence in 10 countries and secures its position in the global market. In 2027 to 2028, we raise the bar. NeoBank reaches 2 million users and 1.5 million cards. During this period, AURUM DEX, a next-generation decentralized exchange, launches. Personalized AI-based services emerge. Credit scoring and capital management. The first RWA deals worth $500 million are integrated. The terminal network expands to 20,000 points across 20 countries. By 2029, NeoBank evolves into a super app. Flight bookings, taxis, car rentals, food delivery, while transactions exceed $20 billion. AURUM DEX cements its position within the ecosystem with $5 billion in trading volume, becoming a key element of AURUM's DeFi direction. AI agents operate for hundreds of thousands of businesses, and RWA grows to $5 billion. AURUM becomes an ecosystem that accompanies users every day. In 2030 to 2033, we reach global scale. NeoBank's user base hits 12 million and over 10 million cards. Inside the super app, 15 to 20 integrated services and partnerships with 500 global brands. AURUM Exchange reaches $90 billion in trading volume and enters the top 10 global crypto exchanges. The terminal network expands to 100,000 plus locations across 50 plus countries. The annual AURUM Global Summit gathers 5,000 leaders. By 2033 to 2035, AURUM NeoBank enters the top 5 global neobanks with a valuation of $10 billion plus. AURUM Exchange remains in the top 10, while AURUM DEX surpasses $20 billion in trading volume. AI manages over $5 billion in assets, and RWA exceeds $20 billion. We are present in 75 countries, with 1,000 global partners and over 100,000 terminals. The AURUM Global Summit brings together 10,000 industry leaders. AURUM becomes the symbol of a new financial era, a system that made finance accessible to everyone, a story that has already transformed the industry, and a future that already belongs to us.
Boom. Wow. What a video. Congratulations on the marketing team for putting together that first. So without further ado, let's get tonight's information out to you all, and we'll get started right now. Well, a big thank you to all of you for attending our presentation today. I want to thank you for taking your special time out to look at the information. And my job is quite easy tonight. I'm just here to share some information with you. I do work for the company myself. I'm a total independent, just possibly like the person that invited you to our call here. There's something going on with this screen here, guys. I'm going to have to stop sharing and start again because what I'm seeing is not what you are seeing. Let me try this again. See, is this any better? Okay, I think that looks better. So 1 second. That's more with what I'm familiar with. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you for attending our AURUM Zoom tonight. We're here to take a look at the AURUM Foundation. a platform I came across about 7 months ago, April 2025. And I don't work for the company myself. I'm an independent, possibly like the person that shared the link with you tonight, to have a look at this information. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you any advice in that regard. But what I can do is I can share the information I've come across, the little bit of due diligence that I've done for myself. And of course, it's always prudent to do your own and always seek professional advice, regardless of what industry, what business you're looking at. It always makes sense to go and speak to somebody in that industry or a professional that would understand it. I've set up many businesses in the past, traditional businesses, online businesses, and I've always gone and spoken to somebody who'd be an expert in that business before I got started. For instance, we started a transportation company, and I wanted to know about licensing. I wanted to know about how hard it is to get drivers, reliability, turnover. I wanted to know about the overhead and the cost of maintenance. And I had to do a whole lot of homework before we decided to enter that industry. And same here. If this is new to you, if it's a new type of industry, I think it's very prudent to go get some what I call professional advice. With that said, let me share some of the findings I came across that helped me come to a decision. This guy is probably the main reason. Brian Benson, from California, did his schooling in Santa Barbara and went straight into a bank there called Dean Witter. And Dean Witter was bought out by Morgan Stanley. It used to be called Stanley Witter or Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. They dropped the Dean Witter part of it. And Brian was a trader over with Morgan Stanley. Very, very successful he was. And after he did that stint in the bank, he moved to a different part of finance. He moved into fintech, financial technology in the form of Web3 and blockchain. He went to work for, well, it wasn't the biggest exchange then, but it certainly is now. And Brian was instrumental in developing the Binance brand. In fact, his region that he was managing director of accounted for 20% of Binance's total revenues, and they were doing hundreds and hundreds of millions. Brian's job was to go into South America, Mexico, Peru, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, all of those markets, and do whatever compliance was required, do any banking relationships that may have been required, set up the offices. He was also involved in the technology, building the tech as well. So a good all-rounder, and we feel quite good that somebody of this caliber is actually one of the stakeholders in this company, and also, more importantly, he's directing the company. He is the chief executive officer, and that's a very, very positive thing, I think, for people who are interested in looking at this particular opportunity. I did a quick Google on him. You can see, if you care to do it yourself, B-R-Y-A-N is the spelling of his name, Brian Benson. I just put the name Binance. You can see there behind his name in case there was lots of Brian Bensons. But I went Brian Benson, Binance, and look who came up on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's our CEO. That's the same guy. Okay, there's some images here when he was much younger, but that shows there's history. This is not just some actor that's decided to tell us he works for Binance. It's confirmed, it's documented, and also Binance. There's an article written on Binance about Brian and about AURUM. So that's all quite interesting. I also learned that Forbes had written maybe more than once. Certainly, this article talked about AURUM providing institutional grade trading, but there's another article, I believe, and I have read it, but I'm not sure where I got the article. And it talked about AURUM doing a VC, a venture capitalist round when it started. They raised $12 million at that point, and that gave them, would you believe, with their technology, with they've got 28 strategies built inside AI robotic trading bot, and what would you call it? The value of that, alongside everything they put together, give them $100 million valuation at the outset. So that set them up as quite a strong company. And no wonder they have a relationship with the issuing bank of Visa and MasterCard. Quite hard thing to do to get your name on a Visa or a MasterCard. And obviously, your companies of a certain caliber to be able to do this kind of thing. And you would assume that the issuing bank knows who the directors are, who the shareholders are. They would have probably asked for memorandum of articles, company registrations, licenses, etc., before they would get into bed with AURUM. And of course, that would give consumers like ourselves a lot of confidence. Also, we learned that this year as well, 2025, he spoke at the world's largest blockchain summit. In fact, he and his old buddy, Richard Tang, them two worked together in Binance when a guy called CZ was the top man. CZ moved on, and Richard Tang took the job at Binance, and Brian came over here to AURUM. And funny enough, at the 1st and 2nd of October, both of these guys were speaking at the conference. It was 25,000 people showed up, and the tickets were $999 online, $999 US for a ticket into this. But if you hadn't got a ticket and you showed up on the day, people were paying $1,400 to go in and see this guy. So I wouldn't even pay that for the Rolling Stones, and I love them. So it's incredible. And what I took from this was, we're dealing with a company that's not afraid to be exposed. We're dealing with a company that put itself inside this crypto world of blockchain and Web3 and AI, where the experts attended. Binance was there, CoinMarketCap was there, Kraken was there, Tron, the guy that created Tron, Justin Sun, was one of the speakers as well. Everybody who was everybody in the industry was there. And that led them to developing a lot of relationships. That led them to acquire liquidity for their exchange, which they've actually launched already, which is quite interesting. But these devices here, these are the new AURUM telephones. That's another one of my jokes. Not a good one, is it? It's the AURUM POS, point of sale terminal. And they already have these in hand. Not that they've released them yet. They're working on the software in the back end to make it more commissionable, so that if we are able to put that into a merchant in our locality, the transactions that run through this machine, we might be able to get a little slice, a little snippet of the revenues. So they're working on the back end of this. The technology is already there, but these machines will be able to accept fiat currency. That's your traditional national currency. But in addition to that, they'll be able to accept cryptocurrency, which most of these machines don't do. So that's fantastic that that's underway. I dare say we will have, we'll see this at the launch. I dare say we'll see this in Dubai at the launch. And when I say what do you mean launch? We're in what's called a soft launch now. This is a period where they iron out the wrinkles, they test their servers, they stress test everything, they check their liquidity and their withdrawals, they develop, final tweak their products and things like that. So that's the period we're in now. The company actually officially launches on the 17th of January 2026. So if you're hearing this in any time in 2025, you're one of the early adopters. And very often the pioneers of projects like these, they tend to be the ones that get the obviously the ultimate rewards. It's a bit like getting involved with Bitcoin in the early days, or even Binance, for instance. There's so many people on Binance made millions and millions of dollars because they not only were in the right place at the right time, but they took action with the information they had at that point. They're also designing these ATM machines, which are quite interesting as well. They are two-way ATM machines, and two-way simply means you can get cryptocurrency on your wallet and create a QR code. Let's say you needed $200. You generate a $200 QR code. You go over and scan it on the device, and it pays out $200 in cash to you. So that's crypto for cash. But it does the opposite. Let's say you had some cash and you wanted to get rid of it. Let's say you had $200. You can feed $200 into the machine, and it would generate $200 worth of USDT onto your digital wallet. So it's a two-way: cash for crypto, crypto for cash. So quite an interesting thing here going on as well. So this is part of the bigger ecosystem. I also said they have opened the exchange. Yes, it's already there. It's the public beta testing versions out there already. I dare say there's a long way to go before it's in its entirety. But I've already made a deposit. It showed up instantly. I haven't done anything else with it. I might at the weekend get a chance to go in and maybe swap my USDT into Bitcoin, or I'll get more familiar with it as time goes on, but this is already up and running, and the liquidity's there. It just shows you that we've got a company here that, I don't like companies using my money to build their company, and that's not what's happening here. These guys have the money, these guys have the investment, these guys have venture capitalists, these guys have been trading since 2023 for high net worth individuals. They only opened it to the public set, or not public, I suppose, retail, the retail session to people like ourselves since September, I believe, 2024. So they'd already been operating for a couple of years. And then they created this version for people like ourselves to participate. With that said, on the exchange, here's a great product, a really great product, and I mean that. And some of you might frown, well, why would this be? Why would you think this is good? I'll tell you why this is good. Traditionally, around the world, the general asset classes where the rich make money would be real estate and property is one, gold and oil and art, and these what you call asset classes where people make money. The real estate business is very well received globally, a lot of money in real estate. What you would find generally is you probably, with the right property in the right location, make about 10% a year. The yield on real estate would be about 10% a year. That's residential. Commercial real estate doesn't reward you just as well. I'm in that industry myself for quite a few years, and yields in commercial real estate are anywhere between 4 or 5% up to 7 or 8%. So, but the residential gives you slightly more. So when we think of traditional business people that want to get into real estate because they understand that asset class to get 10% a year, or gold for that matter. I was in the gold business for 12 years. Gold typically over a 10-year period would double its value. That's 100% in 10 years. Property, 100% in 10 years. Well, these guys are offering 17 to 20% a year. And the good thing about it is if you park a little bit of Bitcoin in here or a bit of Ethereum or XRP, you may have it sitting on a wallet. We're not gambling here. We're not trading it. It's used as liquidity. It's put onto the platform and it's not locked in. That's the point. It's not locked in. If you want to put your Bitcoin in for a day and take it out, you'll be able to do that. So this is a very nice product, I believe. It will map across a lot of the traditional business people who are not into direct sales like many of us. They just want to park up a little bit of money. They want to get into a new asset class because they know since the Trump administration, there's no doubt about it that this crypto, this Web3 industry is here to stay with AI, which is also affecting business. And it has a big impact on trading. 80% of the world's trading through institutions like BlackRock and all the big banks that you know are using AI for trading. We, the public, don't really know what's going on. We never get privileged to that. But AURUM's one of the companies that's allowing us to participate in this class of products. So that's on the exchange. That's quite a great product, I think. Let's hear from Brian Benson himself. He created many millionaires over at Binance. As I told you, his region was responsible for 20% of all Binance's revenue. That's a big portion. This guy had a big role to play there. And he wants to create 1,000 millionaires here. Let's have a listen to him.
I think if I have to sum it up in one word, it's ecosystem. At AURUM, we're building an ecosystem, and we're really trying to focus on getting this thing to a unicorn status. And what I like to say is we want to create 1,000 millionaires. And so if we can do that, then that will be $1 billion business. That will be a unicorn, and we'll be very excited if we can accomplish that. And we're well on our way to that. So
there you go. If you're looking for a visionary leader, I think that's a great statement to create 1,000 millionaires. And again, not everybody can believe or understand that concept, but I promise you, I already know one person already has most certainly become a millionaire since he got started last September. And I know there are many on their way to this kind of level of prosperity with this particular platform. Of course, it's not for everybody. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm only here to share you information. I'm not going to hand out my link to you. I don't, I'm just here to discuss and talk about the things that I've come across. Now, I didn't particularly like this on the screen here. It was $20 to get registered, $19.99 to be precise. I thought this was a stumbling block. Personally, I thought, well, who's going to pay that? And I challenged Brian Benson on it. I said, that's not going to fly. I mean, people want to register on these platforms for free. And he says, well, not a chance. They can go drive taxis, do whatever they want. This will not be for free, because he studied the industry to learn that one of the, I suppose, the most successful and long-standing company of all time, it is a US company. You all probably know that company. Richard DeVos and Jay Van Andel established that over 70 years ago. That company's still one of the most successful, and it uses this model. And he wanted to use this model like them, and they charged something like $35. Brian decided, listen, we're doing $20, and nobody gets paid because you cannot incentivize someone in some regions of the world. If you incentivize somebody to join a program because there's a reward in it for yourself, or there's a, when you recruit them, you get paid, that's a no-no in some districts. So what Brian said, as compliant as we try to be, we're not going to pay out anybody. If you register somebody, you get nothing. Now, what is different is if that customer goes ahead and then orders a product or uses a service, then you would be entitled, because there's a sale, there's a volume of business, there's a transaction. And bearing in mind, all of you listening, guys, I'm not selling these products because I don't have these products. I'm referring people to a website. The same way you'd refer somebody to Amazon, or you'd refer somebody to a clothes store or a hairdresser or a good accountant. That's all we are. We're referral agents. We're making a recommendation. Hey, go and try that yourself. And the customer themselves is engaging with AURUM. They're not engaging with you per se. So that's an important distinction to make, because you don't have a product to offer. You don't have the software or the AI robots. You don't have the customer support. It's actually AURUM's providing that. All we're doing is we're making referrals, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you like a product and service, we're all familiar with promoting different products and services. But over here, it's nice to get a handshake. It's nice to get a thank you bonus. That's what I call it, thank you bonuses for making recommendations. And we'll talk about that later on. But right now, for our customer base, it's $20 for the year. That allows you access to all the products. You can go in there and use as much or as little as you wish. There are, I think, I'm actually going to have to count this one day, but there's certainly 7 bots that I'm aware of. And then there is an arbitrage bot as well that I haven't tried. It's very good. It actually shows you on the blockchain every trade, every transaction. That's fantastic. I haven't tried it. I'll maybe make a stab at attempting to test that particular product. But there are about 7 bots that I am aware of. I'm using those, and I'll be fit to show you how they actually work. My favorite is this one, the EXI bot. I suppose why is it favorite? Because it probably performs the best, we all like best, and this bot is quite sensational. It has trading data going back to 2023, and the worst performing month was 9%, I believe. Now it wins, I'm told, 78% of the times. There is a 22% losing factor, but that doesn't affect the overall account for the month. So after a full trading month, the worst performing month for a client has been 9%. And on the opposite side, the best has been 23%. That tells you it's not like the wild, wild west. I know, and I'm sure you do, we've all tried trading platforms before, and they blow the accounts, and they can double the money very fast and lose it the next day. What Forbes talked about, and Forbes have to get their information right. Forbes have to report properly. They're big data analysts, they're big data researchers. They've told us that they're providing institutional grade trading, and that comes with a different measure of risk profile. They have the very tight controls, what's known as institutional grade trading, and not the wild, wild west. At this point in time on the screen, you can see that was the 14th of October, 2025. They had about $44 million trading in this particular bot. I can tell you now it's gone over 50 million at this point of this presentation, and it's heading down the road towards 100 million, and I'd say that'll ramp up pretty quick. In the other bots that they have, the other 6 that they have, I have no clue what's trading over there, but the revenues are reported here. I think they're done even weekly, but certainly monthly, the company update the statistics on what's going on. Now, the average profitability of the company's fund is about 17.5%. In a month, 17.5% would be the average. Between the highs and the lows, it smooths out at about 17.5%. You don't get that. I don't get that. What we get is determined by the deposit we make to our own account. So how I frame this is, I think of it as a bank, right? It's like, it actually is a bank. It's a neobank. Neo means new. It's the new bank. And lots of banks you're going to see popping up now with these neobank platforms. It's the new digital version of the old banks that we're familiar with. AURUM already has its neobank up and running. It's using a VASP, virtual asset service provider license out of Poland. It's got it's when we open the account, they give us 8 wallets, I believe, inside this account. Doesn't cost anything, right? But you get an AURUM wallet, you get a USDT wallet, you get a Bitcoin, Ethereum, a Pepe, a Doge, BNB wallet, and a Polygon wallet. So I think I'm right. You get 8 wallets. There's nothing in them, by the way. You've got to fill them with your own stuff. But you can import crypto from anywhere into your own account. You can pop it up onto the Visa card if you wish, or you can put it into one of these bots. And hypothetically, let's say you tried $170 into this first bot. Well, you can see it falls inside the first category here, $170. You're going to enjoy benefits of about approximately 10%. This isn't fixed, ladies and gentlemen. It is trading, goes up and down. And remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, but I can tell you that consistently you're going to receive on average about 10.5% on that first bot, which is excellent. For those of you that could do better than that, let's say you were able to do $444, you're going to fall into the second category. You're going to get profits of about 11%. For those of you who can manage more, somewhere between 1,000 and 2.5, you guys will get, let's say you put in $1,700, you get about 12% a month at that. And you can see the higher the deposit, the better the reward the client gets. The majority of customers, we believe, will fall in the lower categories, between $100 and $4,999. That's what we believe the majority of users will fall into. And in that respect, it means the company's always strong. You know, for customers getting 10%, the company's making 7%. They get the spread, they get the difference. For those of you that enjoy 11%, the company's still making 6% on those accounts. And that's important, that the company's doing well as well. For those of you that get 12%, the company gets 5%, and all the way down, the company's always making money. And I think that's very, very important. The good news about the profit, you can take the profit out at any time. Very, very simple. It goes to your wallet. You press the withdraw button. You can put it onto the card. Putting it onto the card will cost you 2.2%. Putting it to an external wallet that you might have, wherever you have it, a Trust wallet, a MetaMask wallet, a Coinbase wallet, a Binance wallet for that case, withdraw to there will cost you 1% plus $1. Onto the card will cost you 2.2%, just so you know. And the withdrawals are every day. So that's generally the questions I get around that product. Again, this is an overview to give you a broad stroke overview of a little bit about the company and background, a little bit about the products, and for those of you who want to stay on at the end, I'm happy to share with you the affiliate program that they're running, which is quite exceptional. We're going to take a look at a typical client account here. I would say this is a small account. It started on the 17th of April, as you can see on the bottom left, and we're looking, if you look in the bottom right, please, 17th of September. So from the 17th of April to the 17th of September, that time frame is exactly a 5-month trading period. And the account was established with a deposit of $500, but in this time frame, the account has grown to $882. So the profit portion is only $382. And some of you might say, well, that's not very much, $382 in 5 months. Yeah, it will not feed the family, but it's an exceptional performance. And why do I think it's exceptional? Well, because I know it's exceptional. If you're any good at math, and if you're not, I'm sure your AI will do the math for you, or your calculator. What you do is you take the profit element, which is $382, and you set that over the top of the deposit, which was $500. And you always divide the underneath number into the top. Okay, you remember that from school. So you divide the 500 into the 382 profit to tell you the percentage gained. And we can see here clearly that the 382 profit means this account generated 76% in 5 months. And that's sensational, because if you bought a house in your area for $100,000, I'll just use that number, on the 17th of April, and you were able to sell it on the 17th of September, 5 months later, for $176,400, well, I think you'd have done some good business there. Okay, so it's all relative. It's the exact same. The 500 has done 76%. Now, again, I want to show you a larger account for those of you that know clients in this region. This account was established. It's the last 4 letters of the account is 1972. Do you see that 1972? That's the account number. The next thing is the April 25. So the deposit was made. Something tells me that's 11 minutes and 5 seconds after midnight. Okay, 00.11. I think that's, yeah, I'm nearly sure that's after midnight. So on the 10th of April, there was a deposit of 10,000 to this account. Now, if we look at the bottom right-hand side of the screen, guys, you can have a look there. It's the 16th of May. So 10th of April, 16th of May, it represents 5 weeks, less a day. But we'll call it 5 weeks. And this account of 10,000 has gone to 12,360. Now, the profit element is just the 2,360, because the principal, the deposit was 10,000. The profit element is only 2,360. When I say only, I mean that's fabulous. That's 23%. The account was then looked at again. You can see on the right hand side here on the 138 on the 24th of June, and now we're talking about 10 weeks trading. And the same account ending in 1972 has jumped all the way up to $15,500. The profit portion was $5,500. You're talking about $550 a week, which is very, very good. After 3 months, on the 10th of July, you can see the account has achieved 74%, and then the account actually doubled. This particular one doubled in 16 weeks, 4 months. The account doubled. 10,000 is sitting just over $20,000 now. The reason this is doing particularly well is number one, there's been no withdrawals from this particular account, and also this little reinvest button is on the on position. For those of you that open an account, this button will not be turned on, nor will the company interfere. It's your account, and it's up to you. Maybe your introducer to show you exactly where that button is. But if you turn that to the right hand side, if you slide it to the right, what it actually means is your profit that you earn stays in the exchange. So whether that's Binance or Kraken or OKX or KuCoin, because presently they're trading on a variety of the top tier exchanges where the liquidity is. Now, I know they've opened their own exchange recently, but they will probably map over some of this volume, some of this business to their own exchange in due course. But right now it's been traded on the big exchanges, and many of you have had an opportunity to be on those platforms and see the trades. But the point I'm making here is if the button is engaged to the right-hand side, you slide it to the right, that means your profit stays with your principal and works for you in conjunction, and that's known as compounding effect. Not everybody understands that, but it's sensational. If you go to YouTube and search for a video, show me the effects of daily compounding, I'm sure you'll find a video there that will show the power of what that can do. For those of you, and again, this is not financial advice, for those of you that need cash flow, you know, your bills coming in all the time and you can't allow the money to stay there, you just leave that in the off position, and that's the way it will be when you register. The profit every day will come out of Binance and it'll go straight to your wallet, so you can withdraw that. So when not reinvesting, you draw your profit every day. If you reinvest, you're locking it in with your principal to trade, and that's how that works. Let's take another look now at the same accounts. So these are the two accounts we looked at the bottom, the 10th of April ending in 1972. I want you to take a snapshot of the date again. I'm a stickler for detail. At 3 minutes to midnight, this account was grabbed again on the 10th of November. 10th of November. Now, why is that a relevant date? Because the account was opened on the 10th of April. So this exactly measures 7 months trading data. And you can see the $10,000 is no longer 10, it's no longer 12, 15, 17, or 20, like we looked at in a minute. The account is now sitting at $33,000. In fact, very close to $34,000. which is over 3x, which is phenomenal. You'll also notice that this withdraw button has gone blue. Can you see that? Blue, 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 blue. What does that mean? Well, let's just go back for a minute. If we look over here at the first piece of data we looked at on the 16th of May, the withdrawal button is not blue, it's gray. And if we look at the 24th of June, not blue, it's gray. But when we look at the 10th of July and the 10th of August, it's blue. What does this mean? Well, here's the good news. If there was an emergency and you required your principal, God forbid, medical reasons or otherwise, financial issues, and you really need to get your hands on the deposit fraction of this, you can withdraw your principal on the 1st of every month, the 10th of every month, and the 20th. And because this screenshot is on the 10th, that's why they've gone blue. I hope that not everybody picks up on that. And this is the only bot that does that. There is an early retirement fee, like anything in life, if you take your pension a little bit earlier. But it's kind of negligible after a few months trading. It really wouldn't count. And we teach you more about that on the training sessions that we do. But they have six other bots. They don't have this function. You can withdraw profit and principal at any point you wish, any day and every day. In fact, this is the only one, but actually this is the best performing one. So that's one of the bots working. We call it the XI. Very popular with our customer base. At this present time, I think there's somewhere hovering around 18,000 to 20,000 customers worldwide. That's not a big audience at this stage. It will get much bigger closer to launch, and then after launch, it's going to go ballistic, I would assume. When we look then at the other bots, you're going to find them over on what's known as Telegram. Now, Telegram is a decentralized communication channel. Not everybody uses Telegram. I certainly don't use Telegram. I do now, but over on Telegram, you'll find the Pro bot and the Zeus bot. These are different bots. The EXI bot trades, I believe, 15 to 30 top pairs on CoinMarketCap. Over here, these only do single pairs. So this is dollar gets Litecoin. This is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, Pepe, and BNB. So there's 5 bots inside Zeus, and there's 1 on the Pro. So there's 6 over here on Telegram. I'll just show you one of them just to give you an idea. So when you go to Telegram, you don't search for my name or his name or her name. You search for the bank, and you type in AURUM NeoBank. You'll find it there, no problem. Click on it. And at the bottom left, you'll notice an open application. When you open that, you log in with your usual credentials. And in there is where you find the card. If you'd like to order one of these cards, these are fantastic. They work on your phone or they work the physical plastic card as well. But we'll talk about the card in a moment. Let's keep to the bots for now. So this bot that we're looking at is the Bitcoin dollar bot. So it's only trading Bitcoin against the dollar. The bot here that we're looking at was funded with 0.7 Bitcoin on the 31st of May. So we're talking about 5 months trading, and it went from 0.7 to 0.72, 74, 79. And as we can see on the screen here, we're presently looking at a 0.81, but it didn't stop there. You see, the AI does the trading, and this bot does, I would guess, between 5 and 7 trades a day. It's not on all the time. It's turned off and on at different points of the day. But when it is on, it's vetted and monitored by two traders. Sometimes it's 1, but generally it's 2. To log into the accounts, they need 2 authorized signatures to get into the accounts. But generally, when the bots are running, it's overseen by a live trader. Even though the AI does the executions of the trades, it does part of their protocol is to have a live trader watching, just in case there's some exceptional news comes out that they can disconnect immediately from the exchange. The bots are always programmed to do that as well. Anyway, that said, you can see it's at 8.1, but it continued to trade, and this account grew to 8.2 of a Bitcoin. Remember, it started with 0.7. Now it's up to 0.84. It continued to 0.88, 0.91. Many of you have been following this account as it's grown. And the idea was to take 0.7 of a Bitcoin all the way to 1 full Bitcoin. And yeah, that has been achieved. There you can see 0.99. And I believe last week it hit a full Bitcoin. So Imagine you have a little bit of currency sitting on an exchange. It's doing nothing. It's not growing. It's staying finite. But being able to put it into a bot to get your 0.7 to grow, that's exceptional. So the profit element on this occasion was 0.3. It started with 0.7. It's now 1. So the profit element is just 0.3. Let's just check out what that represents. Please tell me how much is 0.3 Bitcoin in US dollars, please. Okay, as of today, 0.3 Bitcoin is $33,000. So this account made $33,000, no customers, no Zooms, no education and trading, AI working for you, your money working for you instead of you working for your money. And of course, you can start this with as little as $100 worth of Bitcoin. You don't have to have 0.7. It's really, really interesting, these different bots that they have over there on Telegram. Here's a customer put in 1 full Bitcoin. Here's a bank manager, ex-bank manager, should I say. He was manager for 17 years with the TSB, the Trustee Savings Bank. After a call with Brian Benson, he committed 2.75 Bitcoin to the bot. That's about $300,000. So the big guys are over here trading. By the way, should I say that 60-something% of the entire trading volume does not come from retail, does not come from the affiliate program. Over 60% of the trading volume has come from high net worth individuals, for what's known as accredited investors and venture capitalists. The affiliate program, which only started last year, accounts for about 30 to 40%. I think it was 35 at a stage. It might be getting closer to 40% now. But this particular customer deposited 2.75 Bitcoin. He was very pleased when it went to 2.81. He was even more pleased to see it go to 2.9. And would you believe it? Today, he's told me he's now got 3 Bitcoins. So imagine starting with 2.75. Now you've got 3 Bitcoins. And this customer wants it to go to 5 Bitcoins. So isn't that pretty cool? So there you go. And the last product I want to talk about tonight is the card, exceptional card. We have 2 versions. We have a KYC, where we need your details. We have also a non-KYC requirement for the Infinity card, the black card, and this is quite special. It allows you to deposit up to $100,000 a month without requiring any further or additional KYC. And it also works on Apple and Google Pay, which is quite interesting. So you don't actually need the physical card. You can you can see it here actually in the picture on your phone. You can tap the card and off it goes. The loading fees, I've already told you, 2.2%. That's very, very reasonable. And if you had currency sitting anywhere, let's say you have it on Coinbase or somewhere, you can import it to your AURUM account. You can stake it. You don't have to trade it, but you can top it straight onto your card and gives you access to crypto to spend anywhere where Visa and MasterCard are accepted. I think that's a very fair product line, having to trade it. But the other purpose of this is if you have money trading and you'd like to access it, stop the bot, press top up, and nominate how much you want to put on the card. And now you can go out and spend your money. I think that's very important. For those of you who would like to see the affiliate program, if you earn some money at the affiliate program, that also can go up onto the card. You don't necessarily need the card. Of course, you can withdraw to any wallet of your choice. But that said, that's a little bit about the card. They're going to add cashback program to the card, whereby some of merchants will offer us 2, 3, 4%, depending on their margin. Other merchants will be able to offer us up to 10%, depending on the margin of their product. And they're going to build in a loyalty program with benefits such as maybe at the airport, you could use the VIP lounge if you had the black card, something on those realms. And that's what they're working on as well. So there seems to be a lot going on in the background. We're talking about quite a nice ecosystem with exchanges and liquidity pools. They've got trading bots. They've got MasterCard and Visa on board. They've got point of sale terminals in production as ATM machines. And I suppose lots of more things. Actually, there's an education platform coming to, an academy coming to educate the new market. Some regions, I don't know what district you're from, but you need to check the compliance in your own jurisdiction. Some jurisdictions we don't operate in yet, that's fine. But there may be a door in when we move in with the educational model, with the academy. and we offer Web3 and AI education, because a lot of people are going to have to get familiar with this space. It's coming whether we like it or not, and having an education platform might be the door into maybe your country, and then later on you can get them onto the card or use the staking, and ultimately at some point maybe they will be allowed to use the trading bots. But that's really it for tonight, other than to say the cards are going to start from as little as $33 with no monthly fees. There'll be a $66, $99, but of course the only one I'll be talking about is the $249, because I told you I only talk about products that I use. You got to find out how the others work yourself. The first three are virtual cards. This is virtual and physical card. It's got no KYC. It's got the lowest loading limits. It's got the highest commissions, and you can put 100 grand a month on it. The other cards have different parameters. You can see there, 3% top-up fee. What's this bonus? $15 commission if you move a card into the market and you're rightly coded. You can see here the limit, $15,000 a month versus the 100,000. So I just focus on what's inside the green box, until I ever try some of those other products. Let's show you the card working. This is a friend of ours from the United Kingdom. This is the second transaction ever done. This was done back in June. I've had this card since June, 5 or 6 months. It's sensational. John's using his card every day, but he stopped the bot trading and he sent money onto the card, and he went down to the shop to get some milk just to see what it worked, and let's see what happened.
Here we go then, second official transaction.
No, purple and white. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Mina.
There you go. Spending USDT cryptocurrency in a predominantly fiat world. It works in the car parks, you know, the machines where you pay for your parking, you just tap it. It works in the coffee shops. It works in the ATM machines. It works. Where else does it work? It works everywhere. Everywhere. Visa and MasterCard. There's one place it didn't work for me, and it was on a petrol pump. Why did it not work? If I went into the shop and did it there, it worked. But you know what? On the machine itself, it didn't work for me once. I don't think it was an insert. I think it might have been a tap. I don't know. Was that maybe the machine didn't work? But that's the only time it didn't work for me. But everywhere else it works. It works online. It's incredible. Very, very pleased with the product. Let's just show you the ATM working here as well. So let's have a look at this.
Okay, in goes the AURUM card. Balance. Okay, so there's 5,720 on the thing. Let's do a transaction. Let's take out cash in the receipt. Let's take out other. Maximum 800. Correct. So the fee is $3.99.
Half of 1%.
Proceed.
Half of 1%. I thought that was very fair. $1% would be $8 on 800. So $3.99 is half of that. There you go. Cryptocurrency in a fiat world. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our presentation over. I want to thank you for attending. Please do get back to the person that shared their link with you. They were kind enough to think of you. And let them know which bot you'd like to try first. Let them know how much you'd like to get started with, and see can they help on board you. For those of you who can have an account tonight, you'll probably receive your first profits as soon as tomorrow. If you're going to think about it overnight, well, then it's a different case. You're not going to make anything tomorrow. But of course, go go and seek professional advice, do your due diligence, get your very valid questions and answered. And if you like what you see, I'd love to welcome you on board and see you again very soon. So that's our presentation over. Thank you so much, and talk soon. Okay, for those of you that like to stay on, and I see quite a few of you already stayed on, I'm willing to share with you the affiliate program. Quite a lot of our customers are only interested in making money. They don't want to talk to anybody. They don't want to make recommendations. They just want to get their money working for them. So that first part deals with those customers. For those of you interested in sharing this, or you think it's a great idea, I can show you exactly how the affiliate program. I'll give you a quick overview in 5 minutes. Let's see how it goes. Here we go. Well, welcome back to this short video. We're here to take a look at the AURUM affiliate program. It's tied to the AURUM Foundation, a fabulous ecosystem that's in pre-launch right now. And they're offering an affiliate program. And the CEO is an ex-managing director out of Binance. And he had a lot of success over there in Binance. And he operated an affiliate program over there. He also operated the card program for Binance as well. A real instrumental piece of the whole Binance system. And now he's bringing that technology and that opportunity to the AURUM customer base. Now at Binance, they have an affiliate program, and Apple have an affiliate program. And I know Amazon also have an affiliate program. So AURUM decided also to have an affiliate program. At the outset, I thought the Binance one was better because Brian Benson told me himself that when certainly in South America, if you brought a customer to Binance, you got $5 reward. So it's just a thank you bonus. Hey, we've got ourselves a customer. And if that customer registered with your affiliate link, Binance give you $5. Well, over here, the minimum deposit is $100. So if you brought a customer, you're only going to get $3. Okay, so I thought, maybe Binance is better because they give $5, AURUM's only giving $3. But what I didn't realize was if the customer puts in $200, 3% is $6. You get $6, so now it's better than Binance. Or if you put in $1,000, you get $30, and that's better than Binance. So Binance was a fixed $5. This is a variable one at 3%, depending on what the customer deposits. So and it's every time the customer deposits. Over at Binance, you get paid once. Here, you get multiple times. So very quickly, I learned that, wow, this affiliate program is much better. I also thought it was one of these multi-level things, you know, these 7-level things or 10-level things, because this table looks like that. It's nothing like that either. This is actually ranks, Nova, Voyager, Vanguard. These are ranks, just like in traditional work. You start off on the shop floor. Let's say you're an employee over there, and you get a promotion to supervisor. Well, you get a rank advancement, and you get a pay rise, okay? And then the boss might say to you a year and a half later, hey, you've done a great job. There's a position going for manager. You get a rank advancement and you get a pay rise. And then 3 years later, hey, we'd like you to look after the whole county, the whole region. There's 6 shops you want to take care of. You're the area manager. You get a rank advancement and a pay rise. And then ultimately in your career, you might make it director of the company. So all of these companies have these ranks, and that's what these are. These are ranks. And it's volume based. You get paid on all of the customers to infinity levels deep. There's no 7 levels or 10 levels. It's unlimited volume of customers' deposits. You're getting paid on all of that, whether you bring them or somebody else. As long as it comes through your affiliate link or theirs attached to you, you're getting paid. So let me explain how it works. Everybody starts as a Nova. You get 3% on accounts. And that's accounts depositing to the EXI bot. That's that first one we talked about on the earlier presentation where we showed you the $500 account going to 882 and where the $10,000 doubled in 4 months. When customers deposit to that particular product, you're getting this 3%. Now, if you'd like more than that, what you need to do is you need to rank advance. But here's the good news. Brian Benson isn't going to offer that to you and pat you on the back and say, hey, you've been here 6 months, here's a pay rise. No, you dictate the pay rise the day you want it. So if you want to get a pay rise as soon as tomorrow, all you need to have is $7,500 in total volume of team trading, whether it's your customers or theirs, doesn't matter, to infinity generations deep. As long as there's $7,500 trading, you got yourself a promotion. Yeah. And you get 5% on deposits, not 3 anymore. You've got a promotion, you're now getting 5%. Now, if one of your customers decided to refer a customer, well, they're getting the 3 and you're getting the override. You're getting 2% on their customers. Okay, infinity levels deep, which is incredible. Your own personal customers, you get 5%, but their customers, you get 2%. It's the difference between where you're coded and where your customer lands. Now, you also get all your money back once you hit this first rank. So in this example, we're talking about $100 to fund. You get that $100 straight back as soon as you hit the first rank. It's instant. It's by smart contract. It appears instantly in your account. You don't have to ask for it. You don't have to wait for it. And you can do what you want. There's 4 things you could do with 100. The first thing you could do is you could withdraw to any USDT wallet of your choice. The second thing you could do is, if you had a card, you could go top up and send the 100 onto the card, go spend it. The third thing you could do is you could add it to the bot. You could top up your own existing bot because you've only 100 there and you have 200 trading. The fourth thing you can do is nothing. That's the only 4 things you can do, nothing or something. And the something is take it out, put it on the card, or add it to the bot. I think you all understand that. But there's another bonus over here on the right-hand side, which is beautiful. And this is what we call the profit from team profit. So what happens now from this point on is if any of your customers are trading, let's say, they might even tell you, they might put some Bitcoin in that Zeus bot that we looked at. If they do that and they're getting profits over there, you get paid 5% of what they make every single day. It's a daily matching bonus on the trading profits of all of your customers, infinity generations in depth. So if one of your customers tiptoed over there without telling you, put in some Bitcoin and they were making money there, you're going to get 5% paid to you in Bitcoin, even though you don't have any Bitcoin in it yourself. Or if another customer put in Ethereum you didn't know about, software knows about it, it's going to pay you 5% every day in Ethereum of all of your customers if they use those Zeus bots over there that we looked at in our previous presentation, if you've seen part 1 to this. And that's pretty cool. Now, if you want more than that, well, what you need to do is you need to go to the next rank and you dictate when that happens. You know, it can happen as soon as 2 or 3 days. It could take a week, a month. Maybe you'll never do it because you are the boss of you. You're in control of your destination. But as soon as there's 25,000 in total team trading in the EXI bot, you get the pay rise. You get 7% on your own customer deposits and redeposits. If one of your customers finds a customer, they get the 3 because they're Nova. You're not. You're Vanguard. You get 4% on them. You used to get 2. Now you're getting 4% to infinity levels deep on all deposits. You get a $500 cash bonus at this point, and your daily matching bonus increases now to 7.5%. Now, in terms of an overview, that's our comp plan. If you can understand those first 3 conditions that I've talked about, the rest is the same. It's just more volume, higher pay, more volume, higher pay rise, and better cash bonuses. It's $1,000 cash bonus, $2,000 cash bonus, a $5,000, and a $10,000 cash bonus. There's also other little nuances that we cover at our training. There's a little bit of structure and volume required. You don't need a lot of customers. At this stage, I've only got 7 customers. Well, 7 direct customers, but I've now got about 3,000 customers all over the world using this. It's incredible. And this is only 7 of the ranks. There are 15, I might have said. And the number 8 is elite rank. You get a $20,000 bonus. With people on this call have reached Magnet. They've got a $50,000 bonus. And we also have one customer on this call also who's got a $100,000 bonus. And of course, you can get 150, a $500,000 bonus, etc., etc. You might have recalled on a previous video or recording whereby Brian Benson talked briefly about creating 1,000 millionaires. Well, if you can work your sleeves off, roll them up, go to work, and make your way to Dominion, there's no doubt about it, you're going to be one of Brian Benson's millionaires, because the Dominion rank comes with a $500,000 bonus. Imagine paying off the mortgage. Imagine what that could do. But in addition to that $500,000, you would have already received the 150, the 100, the 50, and the 20 prior to that. So you're receiving $820,000 plus whatever was on the previous page to this. Plus now you're getting 17.5% on deposits. Plus you're getting 25% daily matching bonus. And there's a shareholder bonus that kicks in at the Oracle rank. Again, this is an overview. Details will be covered in our training. This is just to give you an overview to see how you feel about the opportunity in itself. So with that said, that's our presentation over. That's the comp plan over. It's a light overview. And get back to the person that shared this link with you. They thought enough of you to share it with you. I'm glad the guy picked up the phone and called me. If he hadn't have told me about it, we probably wouldn't be friends today. So with that said, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all next time, and maybe attend some of the trainings. Thanks and good night. Bye-bye.